Hi Gemini, how's it going? So I am going to attempt to do another reading for you. This will be my fourth attempt. I did a reading for you recently, but I don't know, I was just all over the map with it. So I feel called to do another one. So just so you know that, okay? Happy Sunday. It's Sunday for me, but whenever you come across this reading is when you're supposed to receive the messages. Okay, so let's clear the energy of the cards before we get started. I call upon the divine powers to help clear and protect these cards, for my intention is to use them for good only. I declare that only good shall come from their use, and that all negativity be turned away from them. Amen. Awesome. Okay, Gemini. When I did the reading yesterday, withdrawal kept coming up and a muddled thinking. So I just wanted to let you know that. I couldn't post the video because my older son got up and he was making all this noise, and then I told him to be quiet because I was doing a reading, and then he started vacuuming, and I was like, oh my god, and it wrecked my video. And so this is me trying to attempt it again, so hopefully we get through it here. Spirit, can I please have one oracle message for Gemini? Gemini, this is the self-love oracle deck, just in case you were wondering. Spirit, what message do you have for Gemini today, please? Okay, Gemini. So your first message today is love all. Your compassion is incomplete until it includes yourself. Release self-judgment, self-punishment, self-loathing, and self-sabotage. The reflection of your love begins with you. That's nice. I like that. Your compassion is incomplete until it includes yourself. So Spirit's saying, love yourself first. And then you can fill your own cup up, heal yourself, and then you can help the rest of the world, right? It all begins with us, with ourselves first. Spirit, can I have another oracle message, please, for Gemini? What message do you have today for Gemini, please, Spirit? Okay, so your next message is man holding a heart, number 45. And then we'll pull 10 cards and do a Celtic cross spread. And then I'll go through each card with you individually. A lot of love in your reading today, Gemini. Man holding a heart, two hearts on this card, and then love all. A lot of love in your reading. Okay, here we go. Spirit, can I please have 10 cards for a Celtic cross spread for Gemini? What guidance, insight, confirmation do you have for Gemini today, please, Spirit? Okay, so let me pull all the cards first. 8 of Swords reversed. 8 of Cups reversed. 9 of Swords. Temperance. Ace of Swords. King of Swords reversed. Queen of Wands. King of Pentacles. the Death card, and 7 of Pentacles. Awesome. So we'll do your love all message first. Okay, the oracle message. This card here. Whenever we look at a part of ourselves or at someone else and think, this does not deserve love, we unwittingly place a barrier on our hearts. Whatever we think of, that part of, or that person, we unwittingly think of ourselves. Most of us inherited our parents' and other authority figures' judgments and value systems. We may have been taught that sensitivity is for the weak, that compassion is for the naive, and that love is only for the beautiful and the deserving. But these beliefs unconsciously punish, deprive, and sabotage our happiness. These judgments prevent us from fully loving ourselves when we're adults, and the walls we put up inside don't just stay there. They become the walls we set between ourselves and others too. Believing that we are flawed and unlovable, we put up false fronts and distance our true selves from the world. We self-fulfill the very fears that cause our suffering to begin with. The time has come for us to learn to love it all, the good, the bad, and especially the ugly. But universal compassion requires self-love. Self-love requires authenticity, and authenticity requires complete acceptance of ourselves, with all our struggles and shortcomings. When we understand that everyone has been damaged in some way, compassion becomes natural. And with this all-encompassing compassion, we fight ourselves less, love ourselves more, and know exactly what we need at any moment. I love this message. I'm Scorpio, but I have Gemini rising. So this resonates with me for sure. I love this. Love yourselves, Gemini. Love yourself. Okay? And then the next message we'll read is number 45, if that resonates with you, that number. Man holding a heart. This card is about a male dealing with family, love, or emotions. This tender man sits with flowers all around, holding a heart in his hand. For a man, this signals a greater clarity about emotions and their purpose in your life. There could be a more balanced approach to family and love at this time, even if these have been confusing experiences for you in the past. For some, this card upright could signal the presence of a new man in your life, one who tends to be more thoughtful and aware. Whether or not this man is a love interest or a friend, he brings a high intention to help where personal projects, family, or home issues are concerned. So the affirmation with this card is, I am comfortable with all of my emotions. I honor and express them in appropriate ways. I feel peace. Okay. I just wanted to touch on this message a little bit more, Gemini. Okay. Whenever we look at a part of ourselves or at someone else and think this does not deserve love, we unwittingly place a barrier on our hearts. Whatever we think of that part or that person, we unwittingly think of ourselves. That this does not deserve love. Yeah, that's just like when we feel damaged ourselves, right? Or vulnerable or scared. Most of us inherited our parents' and other authority figures' judgments and value systems. We may have taught that sensitivity is for the weak, that compassion for the naive, and that love is only for the beautiful and the deserving. But these beliefs unconsciously punish, deprive, and sabotage our happiness. These judgments prevent us from fully loving ourselves when we're adults. Yeah, you know what, Gemini, we have to make a conscious effort to love ourselves more. Okay? Make a conscious effort to love yourself more. Be really, 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 really good to yourself. Okay? Treat yourself amazing. Your first card that came out is the Eight of Swords. It came out reversed, so you're getting extra protection from Spirit. Okay, so the Eight of Swords, your current situation is you showing up in your reading, Gemini. This card is saying, this card has a few different meanings. So this card is about self-limiting beliefs. It's about self-acceptance, surrender, take control. You are a survivor, have a new perspective. This is a card of freedom, release, releasing negative thoughts. It's a card that talks about your inner critic. Be open to new perspectives, okay? Face your fears. This card has a few different meanings. This is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? This card is warning you that what is already wrong can get worse, or that a difficult situation is approaching. So make sure all your affairs are in the best possible order. If you've been putting off paying your taxes, getting insurance, or settling some legal matter, Spirit's saying take care of it right away. Your well-being depends on using your head and preparing for unexpected emergencies. The Eight of Swords suggests that the feelings of entrapment is in your mind. You thought about things in such a way that they've become traps and dangers, but either they aren't real or aren't what you've made them out to be. Okay, so think about if I think go back to this message here, okay, the self-love message, because this card here is talking about your self-limiting beliefs. It's a card of self-acceptance, to surrender, have a new perspective, release any negative thoughts, face your fears. This card says, when it comes out reversed, that you're gradually seeing the light. You're getting answers, or you're releasing fear, anxiety, and indecision. Okay? Then what's crossing you, or what's challenging you or your situation, is the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay? So this is Pisces energy. This card is talking about indecision again. This card is about staying in a bad situation or stagnation, accepting less, or walking away, aimlessly drifting. There's a fear of change. There's a fear of loss. Maybe you're trying one more time. This is a card of avoidance. So you're running away without facing your problem. Things haven't worked out as you had hoped, and you want to bolt without giving the situation a second chance. But Spirit's saying if you split now, you might regret it later. This card suggests that you've given up the dream and decided to stay put, whether you're fulfilled and satisfied or not. The Eight of Cups represents someone who's following a fantasy and not seeing the reality of their situation, but rather indulging in emotions. This situation can lead to depression. You may be stagnating because you're indulging in emotions without rational thinking and considering the facts of the situation. Okay? So it's either walking away or trying one more time. It's a card of avoidance. There's a fear of change, a fear of loss, accepting less, staying in a bad situation, stagnation. Then your foundation card is the Nine of Swords, upright. Okay, so the Nine of Swords is you again, showing Gemini energy. So this card is all about fear, again, anxiety, negativity, worry, doubt, a troubled conscience, suffering, despair, being at your breaking point. It's a card of depression, hopelessness, trauma. So the Nine of Swords indicates that you're troubled by bad dreams or horrible fantasies. Deep-rooted or repressed issues are trying to surface so that you can resolve them. It will likely be very challenging to accept your attitudes and beliefs, but it's worth the effort and unpleasantness. 9 is the number of completion. Thus, this card indicates that the changes you're being required to make forecast a better future. The Nine of Swords shows extreme anxiety, nightmares, tension, unhappiness, and regrets over past mistakes or misfortunes. You're in an unhappy, intense state of mind, whether or not the facts bear out the fear. Thus, the suffering associated with this card may be mostly in your mind, Gemini. Okay? Go back to this message here again. Self-love. Okay? You are going through all of this for a reason. Trust the present moment. So yeah, anxiety, worry, doubt. 9s are cards of accumulation and they signify intensity. In the suit of the swords, with its element of air and the mind, this intensity is usually read as anxiety. You may be overthinking a specific situation and worrying about negative outcomes, or feel overwhelmed with random anxiety about the future. In one sense, the card symbolizes an awakening to something painful that needs to be processed. This card could also indicate insomnia, nightmares, anything that disturbs your peace. Okay. You seem unable to settle your mind, and the lack of sleep is adding to the situation, making you feel even more vulnerable. Okay. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of box breathing, Gemini. You can YouTube it. But if this resonates with you, Google box breathing or look up box breathing or meditation, breathing techniques. I swear by it. It really, really works, okay? So the Nine of Swords in the upright position is all about distress, mental stress or illness, nightmares, fear, and anxiety due to overthinking and worrying, which might lead to feeling oppressed. And then your fourth card is the Temperance card. This is Sagittarius energy. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. Moderation, balance is what the Temperance card is all about. Peace again. Peace keeps coming up in your reading. Peace, balance, patience, calmness, cooperation, compromise, adaptability. What's finding your purpose, choosing the middle path, finding meaning. Okay. So, the Hanged Man, the Temperance card is all about moderation, okay? You're being asked to blend things in a harmonious way. You're learning to temper your ego needs with the legitimate needs of the spirit within. This is a time of inner growth and outer harmony. With patience, you can unite the disparate elements, whether they are raw materials, resources, personal, or ideas, into a harmonious whole. Okay? This card is all about moderation in all things. You're being cautioned to have patience, which can be a challenge for many people. The circumstances of your situation will teach you to wait calmly when it seems like nothing's happening. You're not in a position to hurry matters along. You need to sit and wait for things to develop in their own time. The trick is to make the waiting constructive. Learning to do nothing mindfully is a milestone on the spiritual path. There are times when nothing can be done and nothing needs to be done. Okay? Watch your balance, Gemini. Take time to make sure your reactions, decisions, and words are appropriate for the situation at hand. Okay? This is no time for extreme behavior or melodramatic gestures. You'll find clarity through being calm. Okay? That's the box breathing will help that. Temperance shows the need for balance and accuracy when life feels precarious. There may be many demands upon you, but you can take control. Okay? Make a note of that because they've already said that. You may need to budget or plan your time to create more stability. Or you might be playing the part of peacekeeper or negotiator. So that keeps coming up in your reading. Peace. Your immediate future card, what's likely to happen soon in your life, is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords represents clarity, having a breakthrough, mental clarity. It's a card of concentration and success. It's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is a card of beginnings and endings, having hope, justice, going in a new direction, having strength, having a vision, focus, truth. It's a card of reason, having a sharp mind, experiencing some type of breakthrough. Okay. So the Ace of Swords for your immediate future, a brand new lifestyle is beginning. You've achieved this opportunity through willpower and making smart decisions. Prosperity, recognition, new development, especially spiritual growth, are sure to follow in the wake of your new direction in life. This ace signals a birth, usually of an idea or enterprise. You're now in a position to manifest your intentions in a new way. Okay? So, a new beginning is starting. This ace indicates a triumph over difficulties through the use of mental means or spiritual growth. It's emblematic of a major breakthrough. Okay? This is the gift of knowledge and understanding. You can expect a flash of insight or an idea that will help solve a particularly sticky problem or experience a moment of truth. And if you want to communicate something with clarity and just the right words, the energy to accomplish that is present at this time. Okay, so this card is about having a new point of view, discovery, or intellectual achievement. You are ready for a breakthrough to success. This card signifies success, truth, clarity, and vision. Whether you're asking about a decision in your favor or a breakthrough that brings you what you hope for, this card is telling you yes, okay? The outcome is yes to your question. The answer is yes. Whatever you are aiming for, your intellect and logic will help bring you the results you need. Now is the time to harness your ambition, okay? And maybe that man holding a heart is going to be there to help you with that. The Ace of Swords represents an inevitable, powerful change for the better. This is a card of enormous power, force, and strength. Okay? All thoughts and actions have either a positive or negative consequence. This card represents winning the prize. Victory, an olive branch. This card also represents peace. Either victory over a conflict or peace can be attained. Okay? This card also represents intellect, reason, or strategic thinking. It also represents conflict and difficulty, such as a confused or conflicted mind. It's telling you perseverance in the face of hardship. It's telling you that something good will emerge from a bad situation. This card is telling you what appears to be a hopeless situation can turn out to be quite promising. Okay? This card has a sense of an inevitable, powerful change. Spirit wants you to know, Gemini, you have the strength needed to overcome the situation, but first you must decide to defeat it. Make that choice. Make the choice first. However this resonates with you, make the choice that you're going to defeat it, and you will. The decision establishes the mindset to overcome this powerful cycle of change, okay? So strong forces are at play with the Ace of Swords, which may herald problems. But again, Spirit's saying you have the ability to overcome obstacles. The right mindset is essential. It's time for making decisions and moving in a new direction with the Ace of Swords. The outcome that you desire most in your situation is the King of Swords. Came out reversed. This is either you, someone in your life, or a situation. You're getting extra protection since it came out reversed. This is Aquarius energy. So the King of Swords, if this is a person, he or she is manipulative, cruel, weak, represents quiet power, your inner truth, a misuse of power. The King of Swords is inhumane, manipulative, irrational, a dictator, oppressive, dishonest, controlling, cold, and ruthless. This king indicates fickleness, using words as swords to wound, gossiping, superficiality, playing one person against the other, or a rigidity of opinions. But he can also represent a situation in which the people around you are hostile toward your ideas or your spiritual quest, and you may have to keep these matters to yourself for a while, okay? This king may use his impressive abilities to further his own agenda with no respect for ethics, standards, or ideals. He can be ridiculously judgmental and hold people in contempt if they don't behave or think as he deems appropriate or right. A very manipulative, uncompassionate, or mentally violent man or boss or woman it could represent. And then your self-image card is the Queen of Wands, male or female, in a general reading. So your self-image card, the Queen of Wands, is represented by Aries. So your self-image, Gemini, you are confident, self-assured, passionate, determined, social, strong, courageous, generous, vibrant, creative, wise, intuitive, charismatic, optimistic, vivacious, independent, determined. This is a card of joy, of the social butterfly. Socially prominent, the Queen represents a woman who is in position of authority and shines in her endeavors. A lioness, warm, generous, and loving. She is honorable, creative, intelligent, friendly, and mature. Her advice is well worth taking, and she will be a loyal confidant or provide valuable assistance. A natural leader, she may be the head of a business, social, or philanthropic organization, or a political figure. This card could also indicate that now is a good time for you to move forward in a business or creative venture. Spirit wants you to know, Gemini, you have the qualities within yourself that you need to succeed. Okay? The Queen of Wands in the upright position. You are naturally creative. The Queen of Wands represents creativity, self-empowerment, and support. The Queen of Wands expresses her ideas in a tangible way, often through media and the arts. She is wise and passionate and has integrity, and her opinion is highly respected. As a situation, the card is an invitation to express yourself creatively and to follow your passions truly, freely, and fearlessly. When you do this, success comes naturally. If you have doubts about creating or promoting a product or service, this card is the green light to go ahead. And as good communication is highlighted now, love relationships thrive. Okay, so go back to your oracle message with the man holding a heart. Okay, that'll resonate with that message. The Queen of Wands, upright, capable entrepreneur. She could also be an enabler. She's a kind and practical woman. And then your environment is the King of Pentacles. This card represents your environment or how others see you in your situation, male or female, in a general reading. This is Taurus energy. So the King of Pentacles is someone who is sensual, reliable, protective, patriarchal, a provider, sensible, fair, honest, patient, generous, practical, traditional, stable, disciplined, self-reliant, ambitious, safe. This is the card of security, prosperity, abundance, wealth, business, leadership. Okay, so the King of Pentacles represents a mature man or woman who is not only wealthy, but also courageous. A solid citizen, he is reputable, dependable, and kind to others. He symbolizes worldly power in a positive sense and is experienced in handling money matters. He is cultured and refined and can provide reliable counsel on matters of money, property, and security. If this king represents an actual person, that person is likely to be in an important position in your life. Maybe a leader where you work, your boss, or someone you're dealing with. And if this king doesn't represent an actual person, then The appearance of the card indicates that you're engaged in some worldly enterprise that will meet with success. Okay, the King of Pentacles, very practical, hardworking, and steady. The message with this card is be sure of your place in the world, okay? I am sure of my place in the world. This is a card of success and financial security. This king is a high achiever who has reached many of his financial goals. He is sure of his place in the world, and because of this, offers others support. He is highly protective of those he cares for. As a situation, this card denotes being in control. So keep talking about that. I would make a note about that. You manage your money, property, and relationships with care and consideration. A general interpretation of the card is taking a step up in life and achieving your goals. And at work, gaining wealth, promotion, and respect. Okay, a financial wizard, someone who is wealthy, this financial security, someone who is honest. It can refer to an older, mature man or woman on whom you can rely. They are compassionate, self-made, extremely successful, or affluent in business. He is helpful, but he has high standards for others. Again, go back to the message, a man holding a heart. Okay, this message over here that we went through at the beginning. Then your hopes and fears card is the death card. What you hope for and fear in your situation. This is Scorpio energy. So this is something that you hope for, but it makes you like you fear it too at the same time. So the death card is about transformation, endings, change, transition, letting go. It's a card of adjustment, rebirth, renewal, loss, acceptance again, release again, mourning again, an end of a cycle, and the beginning of a new one. So something's ending, but it's meant to end. Okay? Transformation for the better. Maybe you're experiencing a metamorphosis of some sort. Maybe patterns you once found workable are no longer effective. The old ways must be destroyed to make room for the new that is coming into being. It means an end or a death, not of a real life. It doesn't usually mean that, like an actual death. It's just the ending of a cycle or something. Whenever a stage in life ends, there's a need for mourning. Trying desperately to hold on to what is clearly over causes trouble. Okay? The ultimate message of the death card is the promise that new life follows disintegration. Okay, so this card implies the end of something. A job, a relationship, a situation, an organization. The actual ending will likely be hard, but once it's over, the cycle continues and something new will come. On the other hand, it may be a welcome closure, such as ending a bad relationship, quitting an unhappy job, selling a house to get a new one. On a spiritual level, this can mean a symbolic death where you eliminate old beliefs that no longer work for you and perhaps were holding you back. Death is usually hard, but it must happen before transformation or resurrection occurs. Okay? Let go and embrace new beginnings. A situation is coming to an end, and this ending may be out of your control. Okay? necessary change that brings new beginnings and opportunities. You can now see the truth and let go so events may take their natural course. This card is also about decluttering and letting go of what you no longer need. And then your future card, if all is to remain as is the Seven of Pentacles. It came out reverse, so extra protection from Spirit. The Seven of Pentacles is Taurus energy. So reverse, this card is about limited success or reward, working without results, distractions, a lack of long-term vision, a lack of rewards, unfinished work, procrastination, low effort, setbacks, impatience. You're experiencing disappointment or failure in some enterprise. Financial difficulties, usually the result of unwise monetary decisions, may be causing you concern. Spirit saying it's time to take responsibility for how you use money. This card could indicate that you've moved too soon, hence the harvest will not be all it could have been. And it could also represent that despite all your best efforts and timing, the harvest will not be successful. So this is your future card. The Seven of Pentacles could represent giving up easily or constantly worrying about money or career without acting. Maybe you have the skills but won't work. The advice from Spirit is discipline, focus, and consistent practical work is advised. Okay, Gemini, that's your reading. If this reading resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. And if you would like a private reading, I'll leave my email underneath the video. I usually do it within 24 hours after it's booked, okay? So have an awesome rest of your day. I'm sending you a big hug. I'm so excited I finally got to complete a full reading for you again. But yeah, have an awesome day and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini. Bye.